Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a brand new event in NHL 21. It is the Winternational event. This one's always one of the biggest all year round, as it is a 3-week event. So we've got a lot to break down like we always do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't for daily NHL content. And guys, make sure if you were going to purchase from G Fuel, go get that hype sauce, that great phase berry. Use code NOSLEEVES at checkout to save yourself some money and help me out. Let's get into today's video. All right, so as always, let's kick it off with the cards. We'll start with the 80 overall Mads Søgaard, who was probably one of the most used goaltenders in NHL 20. However, in NHL 21, things are a little bit different. Obviously, with goalie progression changing drastically, these monster huge guys are not always the play anymore, and especially when Mads Søgaard is only 80 overall, meaning that the rest of his stats are pretty low. So his speed, agility, rebound control, shot recovery, and 5-hole all capped at 78, which, you know, happens for anyone that's above 6'6", I believe. But then the important stats, so glove high is really low, as well as positioning at 84, so that's not bad, but just not very good. And all, you know, in other games prior to 21, this would be a for sure card that you could try out and probably use as 6'7". Whoever was biggest was just the play, but not this year. I would avoid the Mads Søgaard. Plus, he only has Swarm, which isn't a bad one, but it'd be great if, you know, he had two really usable ones. Then we've got the 84 Yu Sato from Japan, 5'9", 162, with distributor, which obviously makes him a lot more valuable. So I did my budget distributor video. We'll go over any of the updates on this one to see what his card lands at. But even without it, you know, 88 speed, 96 agility, and then his shot is actually fire, that off the wing, obviously. But 97 wrist shot power, 98 slap shot power. The accuracy is really rough, but the power is great. And then if you look down, he's got 87 on the draw. So even though he's listed as a winger, he's a great centerman. You know, his size is awfully tough to use in your own zone. But distributor with a 98 and 97 shot power and 88 speed, that's a very usable card. And that's not even including Magician. I just want to take a look right now early on, see what he's going for, because I have a feeling he's going to be expensive. Yeah, right around 80K. I don't know if I would go that high, but it's getting pretty close because, again, if you're going to play him at center, size is definitely more important. 5'9" is really tough to use as a centerman. However, those shot power is really nice. Anyone that gets to use him, guys, let me know if he can actually hit the broadside of a barn because the shot power is absolutely nutty. Moving on, we've got the 84 overall Johan Ovotu. I'm definitely saying that wrong. From France with Swarm and Howitzer. So definitely a good synergy combination. Again, for the free-to-play guys, this is definitely going to be a card that you could use on the wing, or sorry, on left defense. 5'11" isn't terrible. Again, the smaller meta is still okay, but with Howitzer and Swarm, you're getting some synergies that actually allow you to improve your squad. So he's got 86 speed, which is nice, 95 agility. That shot power is up to 94, although the accuracy is low, but again, you want to prioritize shot power over accuracy from defensemen. The defensive awareness is okay at 86. Stick checking at 92 is really nice. And then he's got 86 body checking. This is actually a really good left-handed defenseman card. Again, I'm curious to see what he's going for right now. As again, guys, these prices will drop considerably throughout the week. 30K, 24K for this card for a free-to-play team. Not bad at all. Moving on, we've got the 85 overall Kristers Gudlevskis. Everyone remembers his historic performance for Latvia a few years ago. 6'4", 218. He has Spark, which is great. Obviously, Spark's a very good synergy. Again, I know I get hammered at this in the comment section. I feel like I need to make a full video of this, guys. Spark is an okay synergy, a great synergy to go out and get. I just do not recommend doing it over Distributor. So then the argument becomes, okay, what would be your next synergy to get, Spark or Swarm? The reason I say Swarm is because it costs two less to make it. Also, the guys at the higher end, a little bit easier to make Swarm as opposed to Spark. There's some times where you have to sacrifice the better card to get Spark activated. However, again, I do not think that it's a bad synergy. It's just Distributor first over either, and then Swarm because it's easier to make. But nonetheless, Spark is very good. This card, not bad at all. 6'4" with 80 aggression and 87 glove high. Nice stats all the way around. I'm curious to see, again, same thing as always, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you do get to use him. I'm curious to see how he plays. Then we've got the 86 Troy Terry, 6'1", with the speedster synergy on that right wing. 88 speed. If you don't have distributor, 88 speed is fine. I think that there's other speedster cards that you might go get for cheaper, but we'll have to wait and see. 92 shot power is nice. 84 accuracy is a little bit low. Stick checking and defensive awareness isn't bad. It's balance is, in all honesty, balance is one of the weaker ones. Like, just because when it comes to team-based synergies, you want to affect skating like the most, and endurance is probably the least impactful skating stat there is. That's why I'm not a huge fan of it. But not a terrible card. Again, 6'1" with 88 speed, 92 wrist shot power is nice. Then we've got the 86 Alexander Parasunko, and this might be the most interesting card in this release. So he's a pure right, well, here's the thing. He's right-handed, but he's got 81 face-off, so you could technically use him at center, but I wouldn't recommend it. So let's just say that he's a right-handed winger. With Howitzer activated, he's got 89 speed, 99 agility, 99 wrist shot and slap shot power. Now, obviously, the accuracies are much lower, 84 and 85. His hand stats are all in the mid-80s. This is a gross winger card. Heart and Soul, obviously not one that you're looking to activate, and probably one of, if not, I think it might be the worst of the team synergies. But we'll take a look at what he's going for right now. Is, again, I'm gonna mention this a lot throughout. I think this event plays much more towards the free-to-play guys or the guys that aren't hut rich than opposed to the guys that are hut rich, and you're gonna see that at the top end and why I think that, but. This could be a gross card off the wing with that 99 wrist shot power. Moving on, we've got the 87 Olli Juolevi, 6'3", 198. Again, balance, not a huge fan of. You're not going to activate that. And Gladiator, not terrible on this card, and the reason being is because he's got 87 speed and acceleration with 93 agility, which is fine by itself. If you have Distributor activated, 90 speed on a left shot defenseman is perfectly fine. If you have Gladiator activated, Slapshot power is up to 98. And again, anything you want to prioritize Slapshot power over anything when it comes to defensemen. Then he's got 88 defensive awareness, 90 stick checking, which is great. The 82 body checking, again, if you activate Gladiator, up to 85 is really good. So not a bad synergy combo on this card. His hand stats are in the about mid 80s. This is a really good left-handed defenseman card. Again, I'm curious to see off the bat what he's going for. That's a little high, and the reason being is just because there is not a lot of great left-handed defensemen. I don't think I'd pull the trigger on 150K on Olli Juolevi. Following him, we've got the 87 Nico Hischier with the Spark synergy. Obviously, Spark becoming more and more popular. 93 acceleration if you have Distributor, up to 92 speed. So obviously a fantastic skating card. And to be honest, Workhorse, there is a lot of Workhorse synergy cards in this event. And I've said this for a while now, Workhorse on defenseman is very, very good. So there's a very, very, a high chance that you can activate Workhorse for your squad. And that gets his acceleration up to 96, which is great. Obviously, that means he's going to be able to try and get back or up to his high speed as quick as possible. About 90 on the shot across the board, 90 hand stats, and then, defensively, 88 defensive awareness, 87 stick checking, not bad at all either. So this is a really, really good, well-rounded left-handed winger card, and there's not a lot of those, so definitely a good card in this event. Moving on, we've got the 87 Eric Brandstrom, and this one is tough. So when I was streaming today, I got a lot of questions about him. With Swarm, which is a very good synergy to have, passing playmaker I'm not a huge fan of, especially on defensemen. This makes it really interesting because he is almost, if not better, than the 87 Paul Coffey, and he was going for like half the price still. So I'm curious to see what he's going for right now. 120, roughly 120K. So now we're kind of getting to that spot where Paul Coffey might not be in that top 3 anymore because, again, while he has Distributor, which makes him extremely valuable, Eric Brandstrom, if you get Distributor activated, gets 92 speed, which is higher than what Paul Coffey has with Distributor. His slapshot power is at 92, takes a little bit of a hit in the accuracy department. Hand stats are all very good, and then defensively, 92 body check or stick checking, 91 defensive awareness with Swarm activated. The only problem is defensively. He's 5'10" and has 78 body checking. He is not going to be very good in the defensive zone, but if you paired him with, let's say, Halloween Colton Parayko, who I actually think, this is going to sound weird, but because of all the great workhorse cards that are in this event, makes Colton Parayko more valuable because it is much easier to activate that card because if you can get that card to have Workhorse and bump up his acceleration and distributor, you've built one of the best defensive cards in the game because he's so gigantic. But again, I'm just kind of going on a tyrant there. But still, I think that this card is a very, very, very good card. And again, half the price of Paul Coffey, which makes him sort of worth it. Moving on, we've got the 88 David Pastrnak with 88 speed. This one's kind of tough because well, I think that this is a good card by itself. Barrage and Thief are not a good combo at all. I just don't think, especially on wingers, there's no reason, to have Thief on. I mean, stick checking is great, but he's already got 90 stick checking, which is awesome. So it is what it is. And then when you consider the fact that the Team of the Week Pastrnak has Howitzer, which would boost his speed higher than this card as well as his shot power, I don't think that this is that worth it. I think that the Team of the Week Pastrnak is still better. So this is a hard avoid for me. I'm not a fan of this card. If you really want David Pastrnak, go get the Team of the Week 86 version. It's slightly better in my opinion. Then we've got the 89 Leon Draisaitl with Distributor. Now guys, here is what I'm kind of confused with, because I saw a lot of people, again, when I got this, when this event went live, being like, oh my god, this card is great. He looks an awful lot like the 88 Tavares, which plays terrible, and he plays a position which speed is much more important. So let's take a look right now, real quick, at what his cost is right now. 300k, guys. I understand. So if you have Distributor, if you get Wingman activated, okay, then I understand. It's a little bit better, but Tavares only has 82 speed. When you use Distributor, he gets up to 85, so he has 3 higher speed. But, outside of that, guys, he is almost the exact same card. He has worse shooting, and he is going to play on the wing. You can't really play him at center, so based off the stats alone, unless someone comes along and says that this card is incredible, I just don't see it. So I would totally avoid this card and 1000% sell him for the price that he's going for. I think that people are seeing Distributor and oh my god, gotta have him. But man, when you compare him side by side with the franchise greats Tavares, it's just, I'm not seeing it. So 89 Jay Bouwmeester, 6'4", 206, always one of the best defensemen when he comes out in Hockey Ultimate Team, and has Swarm. In all honesty, this is probably or kind of just a budget version of Roman Josi. So again, we take a look at the auction house prices, 220, about 200k. And when you compare them side by side, this is an extremely similar card to Roman Josi, who is going for 400. So hopefully, he drops a little bit. But yeah, when you compare them side by side, it just, there's not much difference. Again, guys, that's what I always try to do is I try to think in perspective when you're talking numbers. If you're going to go out and buy Roman Josi, for 300 or 400k, you could get Bouwmeester, who is essentially almost the exact same, and that just much cheaper. So keep that in mind, guys. Again, left-handed defensemen are pretty rare to come by that are good, and just something to keep in mind. Like I said, on to the master sets, and I mean, this is tough to rank them first going into this. So first we have the 91 Matt Zuccarello, 5'8", 179. Full winger meta, which is fine. In NHL 20, this would have been a hard avoid card. However, in 21, 1000% a viable card. The problem is, he comes with Barrage, which is one of the third or fourth best team synergies, and Passing Playmaker, which is kind of tough because it kind of just accentuates things he's already great at. So if we're talking about this card specifically, I mean, he's got 92 speed, which is fantastic, boosting that with Distributor up to 95, and then obviously his wrist shot at 92 and 93, which is great, but I would still rather have the 86 Howie Morenz, to be honest with you. Again, the important stats for a winger, I think I would rather have Howie Morenz, which is almost the exact same card. So while this is a very, very good winger, I don't know if he would be the one that I would go out and get, and it's going to depend on what his price ends up being, because again, the auction house is going to be a mess right now, but there's no way I'm paying $595, guys, especially when you can go and get Howie Morenz. So again, just something to keep in mind, guys. This is a fantastic card. Don't hear what I'm not saying. This is a great card. Just there's an alternative that's far cheaper. So moving on, next we've got the 91 Jacob Voracek, 6'2". Balance kind of is a tough one on this card. Workhorse, obviously, I think Workhorse is a very, very good synergy. I think balance balance and endurance are obviously the least of the 5 skating categories that you want. Acceleration is super important. And there's a team-based synergy that gives you speed, so it kind of touches everything. Let's assume you have Distributor, that's 92 speed. His shot power is great at 97, 96, and then the shot accuracy and wrist shot accuracy at 88 and 90. His hand stats are all fantastic as well. Defensively, 96 checking, 89 defensive awareness, and 87 body checking on a 6'2" frame. This is a pretty elite card among left-handed wingers. The problem is, this is essentially like Jarome Iginla. And what I mean by that is that his stats aren't like super going to wow you. And that was impacted in the market because obviously Iginla took the hugest hit throughout the last event, or the Franchise Masters event. But and I don't think he's bad. I think that he ended up being a value. Like if we go and take a look right now, the thing that's going to boost his value is that he's left-handed. There is not a lot of good left-handed wingers. And guys, for the love of God, do not buy a Master Set item in the marketplace right now. Wait, okay? Never buy first day. Never buy first day. But this is a great card. I don't know where it's going to fall in terms of my top 4 at each position. I would rather have this card than Matt Zuccarello, just because again the size difference and his shot power, it just I think kind of gives him the edge, as well as passing puck control almost being maxed as well. With the Workhorse synergy, which is something I think a lot of people can activate now because there's a lot of good Workhorse cards, makes him that much better. So he's probably going to edge out Daniel Sedin inside my top 4 top left-handed wingers, but not one of the best, but definitely a very, very good card. Up, we've got the 91 Patrick Laine, 6'5", 206 with Swarm and Workhorse. Again, if you activate Workhorse on this card, it makes it an absolute unit, because if you have Swarm and Distributor activated, his skating stats are up to almost an elite spot. And he's 6'5" with a damn near perfect shot across the board. He's got amazing hand stats. His stick checking and defensive awareness get up to 93 and 91 with Swarm activated. And he's got 87 body checking. The only issue is that there are so many great right-handed winger cards. That is the only downfall to this card specifically. But if we're ranking them, like, the issue is that 91 Mario Lemieux, I think, is still better, just because of, the synergies and whatnot. But Guy Lafleur also is probably not going to be replaced until, like, the silver icons come out. Like, I don't know if he's ever going to be replaced among the best right-handed winger card, just because of how fast and his wrist shot ability. But after that, it's definitely Patrick Laine, in my opinion. He's, like, again, it's going to depend if you can activate his synergies, because if you take him at face value without the synergies, this is basically Jarome Iginla with a slightly better shot. So, again, I used him a couple times as an example, but just keep that in mind. You need to have the synergies activated to take full advantage of this card for sure. So, a fantastic card, and probably the one I'm going to go after just on this first release. Then we've got the 91 Sergei Bobrovsky. So, guys, all right, we got to have a quick talk, because if you are an OG, or at least watched my channel last year, we got a free 91 overall card last year. And of all the 91 overall cards, I looked overall at the chance that had the longest longevity to remain on your team. Because my job as a content creator and, HUT advisor, I guess, would be to give you guys the best shot. The people that don't have the millions of hours to study the game, they just want to know who to go get and whatnot, and that's what I try to do to the best of my ability. Last year, I recommended Pekka Rinne, and I swear to God, EA lied to me, because the stats on Pekka Rinne should have been unbelievable, and he played like a meme. And not just for me, for literally everyone. In fact, that, like, Nuge and whatnot still roast me on it. It was my one terrible call last year, and it sucks. And it happened in the exact same event. So let's fast forward to this Sergei Bobrovsky, because when you look at a prototype goaltender card that you want in NHL 21, this is it. 78 aggression, under 80. All of his stats that are important, above 90, and has distributor. Like, this should be the best goaltender card in the game, and it's really not close. Even the Martin Brodeur, while it has great stats, with distributor, makes him that much more valuable. The tough part is, guys, unless you're hut rich, never go out and get a master set goaltender, ever. Don't do it, not worth it. Again, while having a good goaltender will help you save a couple goals that shouldn't go in, or that should have gone in, learning how to play defense is always going to trump that. But when you line up these cards, so Patrick Laine, Jacob Voracek, Matt Zuccarello, and then the Sergei Bobrovsky for the hut rich, so like my PS4 team, the guys that are super hut rich, you've already got cards that are better than Laine, Zuccarello, and Voracek on your team. So keep that in mind. I want to know how this card plays. I need everyone that gets this card. I need to hit my comments. Tell me how he is. I need to know. All right, moving on to the 92 version, because this time they do matter. It's not just like they're slightly better with the same synergies. They actually add a synergy. So, Matt Zuccarello will still has barrage and passing playmaker, then adds Gladiator, which makes his slap shot perfect. Again, I don't think Slapshot is as important as wrist shot for wingers because, again, if you're in the slot for a wide-open one-timer, it's more than often not going to go in regardless of your shot accuracy. However, if you come down the wing, I've showed you guys a couple of goals and a really easy way to score specifically with Guy Lafleur, where you just come down the strong side. So, this would be a lefty, so you come down the left side of the ice. You just pull back to the face-off dot and aim short side, so up top close to the bar closest to you, it'll go in. With 99 slap shot accuracy and power, that will probably go in. So it's tough, though, because Barrage is just not a good synergy to activate, but you don't really need to because Gladiator and Plastic Playmaker basically get it there. But still, I think that Zuccarello is probably the worst of the bunch here. Then we've got Jacob Voracek, who, again, has balance and workhorse, adds Wingman, which gets his acceleration even higher, plus you add Distributor on, and you've got a perfect shot, wrist shot winger with 99 passing, puck control, deking, as well as a really good defensive awareness at 93. Without balance, my apologies. You've got 99 passing and 98 puck control, again, with Distributor. That's going to increase. Very, very good card, and who I would slightly edge out the Zuccarello, but definitely makes him more valuable. Then we've got Patrick Laine, who has Swarm Workhorse, and then add Shutdown. Shutdown is really good for defensemen, in my opinion, as it adds like body checking and shot accuracy and puck control. Shot blocking is not important for you. But if you get all of those activated, again, just really, really takes advantage of this card. He's got a perfect shot, and he's huge. So in the defensive zone, he is going to be one of the best cards that you can get. A really, really good card. And then again, the 92 Sergei Bobrovsky adds Spark. And if you've been watching, or the meta, or Reddit, Twitch, whatever, Spark Distributor combo is pretty elite. And this is the best goaltender in the game with Distributor and Spark. So, I mean, it's just, wow, why is this card glitched? It's tough. This looks to be the best card. I really want to try him out. I just don't have the stones to spend that many coins on him. But again, these are the first 4 that have come out. There will be a second set of master items, guys, before you're all like, oh my god, this event's trash, these 4 cards suck. Again, there will be more cards. So, let's get into all the rest of the event. Alright, so there is a lot to unpack here. So, there is a Advent Calendar Pack. So, claim your free Advent Calendar Pack every 24 hours. Randomly draw collectibles, master items, and Winternational set required items. Yes, you can actually pull a master set item from here. To get this every single day, if you go into the store, and it will be right here. I've already done mine. You click that, it's $0. Yeah, I've already had mine. I got a Winternational collectible every single day. I would do this. I would just log in every day to do this pack because there is a chance you can get a master item. It's very low, but you could technically pull multiple master items. And again, it's just an advantage to logging in to open up that pack. Next, let's discuss the sets. And again, there is a little bit of a different feel to this. So 50 gold players for a gold collectible, that's fine. So the Winternational Week 1 choice set. So trade in gold collectibles, 5 of them, and you will get a choice of 1 of 2 Winternational items. This does not include master items, guys. There is no reason to do this set. Again, when we reviewed them again, Draisaitl looks like a winger version of Tavares. Pasternak is not as good as the Team of the Week Pasternak, so the best card that you could probably pull is Bouwmeester, followed by the 86 with 99 power, shot power. So please, guys, do not do this set. You're wasting 250,000 coins in value. All right, then we've got again, this is the big change. So you can trade in gold collectibles for a choice of one of 4 91 overall master items, okay? They will be untradeable, okay? So it will require 1 Winternational collectible. You can get that basically by just opening up that free pack one time. And then 11 collectibles to make a choice pack of any of the 91s. It is untradeable, okay? Here's the thing. This is a new way, or a new thing that they are trying here for 14 gold collectibles and a Winternational item, okay? You can get a tradable card, but it's a choice pack of 1 of 2, and the 91 or 92 items are in this. So you could do the 14. Again, I always recommend, do everything in your power to get tradable cards, because it will hamstring you, especially with these first 4 guys. If you are looking to get these first 4 master items, they will be replaced by better cards throughout. This is not the same as like Heiskanen, who is obviously holding his value for a significant period of time. You really have to have an elite synergy pairing, as well as be one of the best cards already. And like I said, outside of Line A, the other 3, well, Bobrovsky too. Line A isn't even the best at his position right now. And again, it's obviously just going to get lower. While he is a fantastic card, all of these cards are great. Again, you would be stupid to not want to have these cards on your team. It's just, I'm just trying to get you guys across in terms of value, okay? So you could risk it and get one of the 91 or 92s. This stat is still worth it. I would not do the 91 version untradeable. I would do everything I could to get the 14 collectibles to make this, and you might luck out and get one of the 92s tradable. Then we've got the gold collectible trade. So trade in Winternational gold collectibles for Winternational collectibles for a gold collectible. So you open up the pack every day for 21 days. Unless you get like a Christmas item or a master set, you'll get a gold collectible. You can also earn these in Hut Rush, I believe, as well as challenges. So you can get a free gold collectible doing that. Then we've got the different sets. So to get the 92 Patrick Laine, there's a bunch of different options here. So the final one will require 12 gold collectibles, and then Team Finland jersey, home and away, and the number 29, which I think is kind of cool. Now, if everyone, don't freak out because you ever think everyone's going to be, price lock this. You can actually trade in, again, any gold jersey card and the Winternational item, and you can just get the card you're looking for. So don't go and spend $5K on gold jerseys that the max item for that it's going to require. You don't need to. So all these are there specifically. You'll be fine to go get them to make them, and then you can do you can do this one for 12 collectibles, and this is a 92. But it's untradeable, guys, so keep that in mind. I don't think I would do this. Again, 90 untradeable of these ones is tough. And same thing, guys, same thing. For this one, again, it's same thing. So I actually have these items. That's why. So put that back in there. So again, it's 12 collectibles, 12 gold collectibles, and then 3 items for each of these that will make the 92 untradeable. As you go down here, the Go International Jersey reroll. So you can trade in trade in jerseys for 2 random international ones. Again, that will allow you to get any of the ones that you want to make the 92 version. And then finally, the Go International Jersey reroll. Trade in jerseys for 2 random international ones. You can do it with silver jerseys as well if you've got a stockpile of silver jerseys. Next up, we've got the challenges. So if you go into the challenges, you can earn, again, Winternational collectibles by doing it this way, doing the challenges. Guys, remember that this event is 3 weeks long. That is why there are so many challenges. They are 2-minute periods. It's going to take you quite some time, but throughout it, you can get December monthly collectibles. There is a mini pack that's available, as well as more monthly collectibles. And then finally, the last one's got a base pack, a premium pack, and then finally, you've got prime pack and players pack. So you can earn quite a few packs if you grind through and do all these. Again, it will take you some time, but you have 3 weeks to do this, guys, so there is no rush. Just take your time doing that, man. And then finally, guys, let's talk about the pack. Okay, so every time there's an event, I get questions. Hey, is this the untradeable Week 1 Winternational Starter Pack? Is it worth 100K? This one is not, guys. Usually, this pack, when it's cheaper, is worth the coins to buy. This one is not, okay? You get 1 gold collectible. That is basically worth, 50K, right? You've got another 50K in coins. Unless you pull, the Bowmeister, and that's really it. I guess the 86 that has the 99 wrist shot power, that wouldn't be bad as well. It's not like getting Draisaitl and Pasternak would be bad. It's just that they're not cards you want to chase, especially if they're untradeable, guys. So I would avoid this pack, as it is not worth it to buy with coins. All right, guys, so that was a really long video. This is always one of the biggest events of the year, so I want to make sure I covered it as best I could. Let me know of any questions in the comment section down below. And please subscribe, guys. Make sure, if you have any of the questions that you want answered immediately, make sure to check out my Twitch channel, live at 12 p.m. Eastern Time every single day. If you have any questions about the event or anything like that, just come by. I'll be happy to answer them. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Have a good one.